no legal obligation to wear a mask in Thailand, and warnings against traveling to Thailand. Those are the top main stories coming up on today's Good Morning Thailand. Hello and welcome to Good Morning Thailand with Jay and Tim.
Hi viewer, hi Jay.
Hello Tim, I like your shirt today.
Yeah, it's a bit on the bright side, but I thought it was worth it because we're here at the Adlib Hotel and they've been looking after us very nicely, so I thought I'd wear a nice shirt.
I see.
And it's clean.
I see that the lumberjack movement has not taken its effect on you.
No, and you've got 2 lumberjack shirts. This is number 2.
That's right.
Yes. You probably, if you're going to really stick to this Lumberjack Friday, need to invest slightly on some more shirts.
I do.
Perhaps ones with a bit of colour in them. Because lumberjacks can see colour as well.
That's right. I need to buy a traditional red striped lumberjack shirt. So I must give the people what they want, what they've been asking for. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a very important, confusing,
controversial,
and hot topic.
Oh dear.
All the way from the tourists and the viewers' favourite health minister, Kun Anutin Chanvirakun. He has come out and said that there is actually no legal obligation to wear a face mask in Thailand.
So our understanding has been up to date that under the emergency decree, it was one of the rules under the emergency decree that people in Thailand were required to wear masks. Now, the minister, when confronted by Thai journalists, why do they always make coffee right in the middle of the show?
They didn't make coffee for the last 2 hours. But
that's right.
9:30 is the time that everyone wants coffee.
On goes the grinder. So, the grinder, not the app, I'm talking about the coffee. Anyway, if I can read just a little bit, straight from the National Broadcasters of Thailand website. Now, this is a government news website. And the first paragraph just says it all. Thailand's Public Health Minister confirmed that there are no laws forcing people to wear face masks, but he also sought cooperation from all parties, including Thai citizens and overseas tourists, in order to prevent the spread of COVID-19. Now, you know, we've read about these fines that they were proposing for people not wearing masks. He's gone into saying that concerning warnings from the CCSA that people might be fined for not wearing a face mask, the Deputy PM and Public Health Minister stated that the Ministry of Public Health and related agencies have not reported this and the matter is still under consideration.
Yes.
So if you think you're confused about if you should be wearing a mask or not in Thailand, I would say the Minister is doubly confused.
Yes. And the CCSA has been going around saying that there's going to be 20,000 baht fines. 2 weeks ago, Phuket policemen and authorities were on the streets of Bangla and Phuket town, making sure people are wearing masks, pointing fingers.
We've made videos about it.
Yeah. And I made an entire video going on Bangla talking about how
shaming people.
I wouldn't say shaming people, but just pointing out the fact that nobody's wearing a mask. And what is going on?
The Deputy PM, just reading more from the NBT, this is their very own website, their words. The Deputy PM stated that the suggestion is beneficial as the most effective prevention protocol, but it should first be evaluated by all parties. Well, this has only been going, for 2 years, emphasising that enforcement is unnecessary if everyone cooperates in adhering to the prevention measures. What does that mean? Does that mean we should wear masks or not? We should also perhaps just run a little bit of an interview.
Yes.
Which I did last week with Ben Hart from Integrity Legal. Yeah. There's a whole 10-minute version of this interview. You've got this ready, Norm? So this is just 40 seconds. So I asked Ben from Integrity Legal whether it was actually a law that people had to wear masks or not. So this is just 40 seconds from a 10-minute interview, but this is what Ben said.
Basically says they can prohibit certain things under certain circumstances. Now, it's written a little vaguely, and the way I read it is it's written more in a public transport context, but then these emergency decrees got promulgated, and they did it in a very general context. But the thing that I've been wondering since the get-go here is what precisely are we prohibiting? Are we prohibiting breathing?
Well, do masks stop you from breathing?
No, but what are we prohibiting? When they say you must wear a mask, they're compelling. They're not prohibiting. So what's the prohibition?
Right, you will be able to see the full video, I believe. Yes, like Tim said, 10 minutes. It's coming out on the weekend below. But
Part of our Lawyers, Guns and Money series. We've got about 20 interviews now with Ben about different legal topics.
That's right.
Thank you, Ben Hart. But
so, Tim, a quick question. Now, if I'm a tourist, you know, some tourists who travel here, they're coming from certain countries where they can express their opinions freely, and they're very proud of it, and that's cool. But if I was a tourist and I come here and I say, well, the CCSA says I'm going to be fined, but the health minister says that it's not actually law, I can do whatever I want.
Well, I think this is the problem now, that you're going to have a situation where there are going to be some tourists who hear this news and read the words from the minister. Mind you, by the end of today, there will be clarification about this misunderstanding, I'm very sure. But the people will arrive and say, the health minister said, I don't have to wear a mask. He's asked me to wear a mask as a preventative measure, but I don't have to. And the thing is, if the police want to drag you off and take you to court, you're pretty much going to be able to say, well, it's not a law.
Yeah.
So what can you do? So, again, Ben Hart sort of covers some of the legal ramifications of this. But the minister, I believe, has done a great disservice to himself, to the Public Health Department and the Thai government by throwing the mask-wearing protocol or rules into confusion.
Now, excuse me. Now, in the same interview, the public health minister was asked whether, if the infections in Thailand, the COVID-19 infections, go above 10,000, will there be stricter measures? Indirectly, he said, as of right now, there are no concerns regarding the number going to 10,000. He went on to say, we've got vaccinations coming, everyone's getting vaccinated, and as of right now, it's not something to be cautious about. We're going to be cautious when we're going to look at it, but yes.
What you're saying, there's no way it's going to get to 10,000?
Yes.
Today the numbers are 9,909 infections.
Oh, wow.
And 22 deaths. So
Oh, no.
the numbers are going to reach 10,000. Now, whether this is a trigger for the government or not, but again, he was asked specifically about that number 10,000. So a lot of debate, and you'll be able to read the full story at thetiger.com. Again, the information we read this morning has come from the NBT. That's the government's own media mouthpiece.
All right. Let's move on to a second topic, Tim, which is warning against traveling to Thailand. Now, there was an article you shared with me earlier from a journalist who was talking about... Is everything okay?
Yeah, warning against travelling to Thailand.
That's right. Now,
His name is Gregors Moller.
Gregors Moller, and I believe this is addressed to Scandinavians.
Yeah, ScandAsia is what it's been published in. ScandAsia is a very well-known English, and sometimes it's translated into other languages, sort of outlet for news aimed at the Scandinavian market, who are commonly referred to as snowbirds, because they're frequently coming to Thailand to get away from the northern winter. Of course, the further you go north in Europe, the colder it gets. So it's been a very popular website. In fact, they've contacted us in the past asking if they can use some Thaiger articles, and we've said, yeah, go for it. But he's written an editorial saying the headline is "Warning Against Travelling to Thailand."
Yep.
It's a bit of a withering critique of the current process, and people can read it at their own leisure.
That's right. And what mainly the article is suggesting is that people who are coming here and test and go, and when they do get positive on the fifth day, when they test the second time,
If they test positive.
yes, if they test positive, there are a lot of rules and things that people are unaware of, and they get stuck in. And that's what the article is mainly saying, is that, hey guys, better watch out and learn about all of this before you come here, or you might get stuck and hate being here.
Just reading one of the sentences from the ScandAsia editorial. All travellers believe they're adequately insured because when they applied for the Thailand pass, their health insurance was approved. But when the traveller arrives here, it sometimes turns out that although the Thai embassy or consulate had accepted their insurance policy, they're not covered anyway because of the fine print in the insurance policy. Now, when they were talking about Thailand Pass version 2, I think there was some talk of addressing this. So if you are now buying an insurance policy to come to Thailand, you really do need to check the fine print and ask questions about whether you'll be covered if you're asymptomatic but are using the word incarcerated, but are forced to stay in some sort of quarantine facility for a time. Your accommodation costs may not be covered. Anyway, that ScandAsia is just another one of the articles. That's, I suppose, a more formal article, which represents a lot of the opinions on the messages we get every day on our forum, Thaiger Talk, and in our comment section on YouTube, people's misgivings about the current Test and Go version 2. And I was sad to sort of read that article. I thought, we're trying to get people back into Thailand, but the government are just making things perhaps a bit complicated at the same time as other parts of Southeast Asia are now starting to open up without quarantine. It looks to me like the Thai government are just making things quite hard for themselves.
That's right. And there are always certain things that the editorial highlights, like things like PCR tests are performed by hospitals who has exclusive rights to that patient. So if the hotel will send you to only that hospital, and that hospital expects you to stay only at that hotel.
And depending, you are not the person who decides if your test is positive or negative. That is done by a doctor, and you don't really have any recourse on that test. So it is open to some sort of corruption or possible scam. We do know that there have been some cases where people believe they've been scammed. In fact, we've had hundreds of messages about that. But
it's not everyone doing it. We need to point that out as well.
Absolutely. Anytime there is an opportunity for a little bit of corruption or a scam, it's going to happen anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
And has this been abused? Perhaps in the past.
Better to be aware.
Be aware and just make sure you get all your ducks in a row before you come here.
Yep.
And with your insurance, check the policy, read the fine print, and ask some questions.
Right.
And it'll perhaps avoid some distress when you get here.
All right, Tim, I think it's time to take a quick break. Once we come back from the break, we've actually got a special guest.
Yeah.
Now, I thought let's take a moment to talk about the fitness industry and how now that Thailand's reopening and these tourists come back, what happens to these fitness facilities? Do they open back up? As well as we're going to ask Walter, who is our fitness expert and health expert, to give us a little information on things that we don't normally talk about but all know about.
The black market.
The black market of purchasing drugs that normally require prescriptions or are basically illegal. Is it possible to just go to a pharmacy and pick up these drugs? Find out after the break. And welcome back. You're watching Good Morning Thailand with Jay and Tim. We're here at the Adlib Hotel, Tim.
Ad-libbing and having a great time. Thank you very much to Adlib for looking after us.
Yeah.
But we're heading down to, Phuket now?
That's right. We're going to go straight into another topic. And I thought one thing that we haven't paid attention with the pandemic and everything that's been going on in Thailand.
It's been a bit busy.
Yes, is the fitness and health industry, which is quite big, especially regarding Phuket. Now, I have Walter on the line, who is a health expert and has been working in the fitness industry and has experience of more than 20 plus years. And
20? He looks about 15.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he? Looks
Gee.
like a very young, handsome man. But my point is that there are some topics that I wanted to address about
The fitness industry.
That's right, about the fitness industry, and there were some questions that I didn't have the experience nor the expertise to comment on, but wanted to talk about them anyway. So I've invited Walter. Welcome, Walter.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Walter, what's the name of your business?
I have several. So ScandAsia would be one, which is my personal training business. Then I work with Maximum Fitness here in Phuket. I work with Gorilla Supplements as well. I have a lot.
That's right. Walter trains Olympians, so you better watch out.
Anybody going to the Winter Olympics in Beijing?
I don't do any Winter Olympic athletes. No.
All right. Walter, let's
Not
just...
very good to train them in Phuket.
Cool. All right, Walter, let's just get straight into this. And now the first question I have for you is that obviously COVID-19 has had a strong impact on various different types of businesses. How has it affected the fitness industry?
Well, the fitness industry has been massively impacted negatively. You've seen major global chains like Gold's 24-hour fitness shut down. But at the same time, it has opened up other avenues. Online training has increased tenfold. So there has been quite a lot of a negative. It's been hurt dramatically, but then it's also been some positive as well.
So how's your customer base been able to adapt? I mean, obviously people haven't been able to go to their favourite gyms. What sort of percentage of people are then saying, oh, okay, well, I'll do something online? Obviously there's a massive difference between being in front of somebody going, pump, 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 and actually trying to encourage them to be fit online.
Yeah, so I think as the pandemic kicked off, most people sat at home and ate ice cream, and everybody was concerned about their health. Maybe fitness was not at the top of the priority chain. Now, in the past year, you've seen quite a kick up in people wanting to get back into shape or caring about their fitness more. And so going online has become a lot more popular. It's still, I would say, kind of in its infancy as a business. It's certainly not well thought out and done properly in most cases. But you've definitely seen a dramatic uptick from what it was like a year ago, where trainers who don't even know how to use Zoom were trying to Zoom call people, to now they have their own websites, they have everything built in. It's increased a lot, and with the pandemic, people are not necessarily as interested in being face-to-face with people as they used to be. And quite frankly, what matters in personal training is your ability to stay committed and follow the plan, which you don't need me in person to do necessarily. Of course, a push in person I still think is probably better, but you'll pay a higher rate for that too. So it works out.
Okay. Walter, now that things are reopening, 2 days ago the Test and Go version 2 was opened. With all this reopening going around, so you're based in Phuket currently, and also Bangkok, but currently in Phuket, if tourists came through with the Test and Go and the Sandbox, how's fitness in Phuket like? So for example, like a place in Patong, have they reopened now? Do they even have enough customers to operate?
Yeah, so where I train people at Maximum is in Patong, and it's very busy. It's not necessarily what it was before, but it's definitely moving. And you do see a lot of people coming in, a lot of day pass, a lot of tourists, but then locals as well. It has grown pretty dramatically in the last 6 months.
So people going on holiday to go to a fitness club, or most of your customers are locals and expats?
I would say it's a pretty good blend, but we do a lot of business on day passes or week passes. So yeah, there is a lot of short-term people going on holiday and they want to exercise. A considerable amount of the people coming are Australian, and the Australians have been locked in, from my understanding, so much that they're just happy to get out and get in the gym and go meet people and talk to people. And they're just happy to be there.
Well, I mean, we're all
Yeah.
fabulous physical specimens from Australia, as you can see, Jay.
Sure. All right, Walter. Walter, now I'm going to ask you something that what I actually wanted your expertise mainly on, which is slightly controversial, but a more taboo subject that we all know about but don't really speak about, which is regarding the lack of regulation regarding drugs in Thailand. So what I mean by this is over-the-top drugs that you can just buy in a pharmacy. Now, is it true, and is it possible for me to just go to a pharmacy in Thailand and just buy drugs that often require prescriptions,
Like steroids.
steroids, testosterone, Viagra, growth hormones?
Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't say that you could go into every pharmacy in Thailand, but there's a significant portion. You can just walk in and ask for whatever you want. And it's not necessarily just steroids. It's any number of things. But, steroids are the ones that come up most, which are probably used in different ways than most people expect. Medical tourism has become extremely popular, and so people refer to it as medical freedom, because they come here and they want to get the things that maybe that are difficult for them to get back home, or they have to jump through a bunch of hoops, or are very expensive. And they're doing these for like anti-aging purposes in most cases. Of course, you do have, people coming here and buying medical drugs and then abusing them, and that happens as well. So that you get kind of a full spectrum, but absolutely you can walk into a pharmacy and you can straight buy things that are, in some cases, illegal, in other cases in a gray area, maybe allowed for personal use, but very difficult to find.
And this extends to antibiotics and antivirals as well as a host of other drugs, Walter. But within the actual gym industry, a bit closer to home, is there a bit of a black market that supports this industry?
Yeah, I would absolutely say so. The depth and breadth of which is hard to say because it's such a taboo subject. For example, for Americans, for them to admit doing this, they would have some kind of bad feeling. Whereas it's actually quite common. In America they refer to TRT or HRT when they're using testosterone, and it's very widely prescribed. Whereas you can just come here and purchase it online, or not online, but in a pharmacy, and you could have it sent home, or just use it while you're here, and there's no doctor involved. It's the same thing.
All right. Well, thanks, Walter. Tim, I actually plan to do a more detailed video with Walter regarding all these dark aspects of fitness and what people really come to Thailand and get up to regarding to health and fitness with
Allegedly.
Walter. Allegedly, of course. As for now, I'd like to thank Walter for coming onto the show and answering our questions.
Sort of going to be our health expert from time to time.
That's right. So thanks, Walter. Thanks for taking the time.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Fantastic. Walter there, and hopefully joining us in the future from Maximum Gym in Phuket? Get the plug in there.
Maximum Fitness. All right. All right, Walter. Have a great day.
You too.
And we're coming to you from the Ad Lib Hotel in Bangkok, and we'll be back with more of Good Morning Thailand right after this.
Find the coffee roast you love most. Coffee Culture delivers Thai coffee online. Whole beans or pre-ground delivered to your doorstep in Thailand. Go to coffeeculture.asia and get coffee you love delivered to your doorstep.
Hello, I'm Jay. This is Tim.
And thank you very much for joining us all the way from the Ad Lib Hotel in Bangkok. Do we have a description under here, a link?
That's right. We will have a link to the website. However, if you actually want to come stay at the Ad Lib Hotel, you can go to Facebook. And you can send them a message.
Adlib, one word, ADLIB.
That's right. So just send them a message, tell them your name, tell them the dates you'd like to come in, and just tell them that you're coming here from the Thaiger. And the code is the Thaiger. If you give them the code, you'll get 10% discount.
And if you want to know where it's located, as we've been barking about all week. It's next to the Bumrungrad Hospital. So you can get a quick liposuction and then come stay here.
Yeah. And it's very peaceful and quiet and beautiful.
It's an oasis in the sea of craziness of Bangkok.
Yes, and they're actually also opening a second hotel in Khon Kaen, I believe.
Up in the northeast. Khon Kaen, a really go-getting place. It's getting a growing expat community. It's sort of become one of the new popular areas of Thailand. So yeah, well done to Adlib. I hope their venture up there goes well.
Yeah.
We'll go up there and do another week.
Yes. Before we continue, Peter Grolich, thank you, good sir, for becoming a Thaiger legend.
Thank you very much. Congratulations. And as we announced last week, our members are getting exclusive videos from now on. They get to see them for 2 weeks before they go onto our new Bounce channel. And there's also going to be, what's the app called? Where people can talk to you directly?
Discord?
Discord. You're going to be setting up Discord.
Well, the thing is that I'm going to have to make a video onto, probably not everyone might be aware on how to use Discord, which I've gotten some emails and comments about it. So I'll make a video on how to get onto Discord, where we can have voice conversations. We can have calls basically with our Thaiger legends.
When you were telling me about Discord, I thought you were describing your singing abilities.
No.
Also, the Ask. What do you call it? Not Ask the Thais is also exclusively.
That's part of Bounce, yes. But today, actually, we're uploading another video for members. That will be on Bounce in about 1 to 2 weeks.
And there's one of the shows you do which is going to be exclusively for members. What's the show called? You and Natty do?
Unfiltered.
That's going to be exclusively for members, which is
in regards to questions, so it'll still be you'll still be able to enjoy the show no matter who you are. But we're going to try to focus and take questions from members.
Members only.
Yes.
They're the ones in green on our list here.
We have a video coming out today for members, which members can have a quick sneak peek preview. And it's regarding this little tin, which involves edibles.
This is the THC less than 0.2% edibles, and this is one of the products.
That's right.
I thought it was like hair wax or something, but it's...
Yeah, this company called Tree Kings, they were very nice. This is not a plug, we're not being sponsored by them, but we actually reached out to them, and they provided us with jellies, popcorn, cereal, as well as...
Jay's camera?
Something else, I forgot.
There you go.
That's what edibles do to you. No, but yeah, we made a fun video. It was me, Caitlin, and Natty, and so
we got very fun by the end of it.
So you can stay tuned for that today.
And this is mango.
That's right, and you can watch it on Bounce in about 2 weeks. They had mango, pear, apple, and grape.
So thanks, members.
Yes. So thank you to members. You can stay tuned for that, as well as Coffee Culture, of course. How do you forget Coffee Culture? Look at this mug.
With their Jackson Pollock inspired print mugs.
Action painting. Vida Loca. You can check this out at coffeeculture.asia. As well as buy coffee while you're there.
Yes, but they not only have the mugs, they've got their fabulous coffee.
All right. It's time to move on now.
I got a message here from Deborah D.
Yep.
Funny thing, I always wear a mask when I've travelled to Bangkok previously due to the pollution and my asthma. It makes no difference to me. If I don't have to wear masks or have to wear masks, I have to say after 2 years, it doesn't really bother me either way. But after all the confusion today, realising that it's not actually a law and it's going to be difficult to actually impose a fine, then I'd be sort of asking the questions if I actually have to. Well, we've got another member too just signed up, Franco 7. Hi Franco,
Yes.
Thank you very much for just joining and becoming a Thaiger Cub. We hope you enjoyed the exclusive videos and the access to our team.
That's right.
You got another message there?
Yes, I did. I got Toby Price saying non-members are being binned. That's not true, Toby.
It's not true at all.
The thing is that it's just exclusive access to it. So our members actually have been supporting us for a very long time, and we've been a little naughty. I've been a little naughty. I haven't given back to them, which they very much deserve.
Also, the things like Good Morning Thailand, Thailand News Today, Thailand News Update with Natty, all those are still going to be free to everybody.
That's
so
right.
No one's being denied any access that they don't already have.
Yeah, they're just getting exclusive content, which they deserve.
Essa Scaraman says, do I still risk a fine if I don't wear a mask? Well, that is probably a very difficult question to ask. Maybe our video with Ben Hart on the weekend, part of our Lawyers, Guns and Money series, will answer that. It's a full 10-minute interview with Ben and his interpretation on this whole mask wearing thing. But I think today, I don't know about you, but I think we're probably going to see some clarification from the double CSA or an Anneton saying, well, that's not exactly what I meant. What I meant to say was...
Yeah.
We've got Bumblebee, by the way, who's just arrived to say hello to us. He's having breakfast here at the Ad Lib, and he's decided to watch us.
Yeah.
And he's got his phone turned up at full volume, so we're hearing ourselves back about 10 seconds later, which is slightly distracting, Bumblebee.
Hans has a question, and he says, hasn't mask wearing been a thing in Asia for a long time? Yes, it has, especially in countries like Japan, I believe.
And South Korea.
Yes. However, now that it has started in Thailand, we've also had a discussion before that I don't think mask wearing is going to go away that easily, because now it's kind of become part of the norm. And there are health benefits. There's a lot of pollution in Bangkok as well. It just feels better. It is hot, though, I'm not going to lie. It is very hot.
We've always said that even if the government said tomorrow you don't have to wear a mask, we figure that probably about 50% of the people will still keep wearing masks. The way this affects tourists or doesn't affect tourists, I don't know. We're yet to see how all this washes out. This is all just news that's broken in the past 12 hours, so we're getting our head around it too.
Yeah.
The Craig 777, who's about this far from being banned, quit appropriating lumberjack culture, you foreigner. I'm not sure if he's being serious, but anyway, are you appropriating lumberjack? You're not actually a real lumberjack.
How dare I? Well,
You've never seen an axe in your life.
you don't know what I do in my free time.
You wouldn't know what to do with an axe.
Lumberjacks lives matter.
What's your favourite chainsaw?
Yeah. What is this a threat? What are you going to do, Craig? 777?
If you have
Hit me
another
with
one
your
there.
best shot.
I'll keep going before you get yourself into trouble. Keon Nunes says the nice thing about many of the condos here, especially the newer ones, is that they usually have really good gyms. That's right, you just turn on that Vitamizer. A lot of the new condos do have really nice gyms.
Yes, they do.
And a lot of them don't get a lot of use. So, if you do sign up for a condo... What?
As soon as you mentioned that, when we moved to Bangkok,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have any family members here, so I had to pick a condo, and I picked my condo based on, this looks like a really nice gym.
Have you been once?
I mean, clearly, I have actually been only once.
Just to have a look around.
I tried it. It was actually great.
That's a nice walking
And then,
machine.
yeah.
I won't use that.
But I am trying to change. I have started eating healthy, and hopefully soon, Lumberjack Jay will become fit.
If you do want to become a member, by the way, have access to those exclusive videos, have exclusive access to us. I think probably in the next couple of months we're going to have a Bangkok event.
Yes.
Where we'll invite members down to have a few sherbets and free lemonades.
Oh yeah, like a meet and greet.
A meet and greet.
Sherbets and lemonade.
Yes.
Is it just going to be me and you and maybe one or two people? Maybe
Probably just one or two.
Bumblebee's going to join us.
Bumblebee's going to come along and have a lemonade with us.
Yeah.
I was going to say there's a button if you're on a desktop underneath it says join. That's how you can become a member.
Yeah.
I've got another one here from Stinky. What a wonderful handle you have there. I always hit the local gym when I go on vacation. Fun to visit other countries' gyms and see what's going on. I have to say, when I go on a holiday, going to the gym is probably the last thing on my mind. Then again, on a day-to-day basis, it's usually the last thing on my mind anyway. But Walter was saying that a lot of their customers are people who are on visits to Phuket and just want to go and do a workout before they start traipsing around the shops.
Yeah. Nari Ackley, our sound expert, says, I think the background noise is nice. It lets you know that it's definitely a live show and in a real environment. I've actually got this comment from quite a few people. Quite a few people like the ambient coffee grinder noise.
Yes, we are in a working hotel. We're in the huge lobby at the Ad Lib, and you can probably see in the background the green. That green goes right around 180 degrees of the hotel and provides a magnificent backdrop. So yes, there are people walking around. There are coffee machines and vitamizers going on. I just hope they don't start doing the vacuuming.
Yeah. Peter Berquist says, where's the news for today? Peter, I think you're about 30 minutes too late. However,
Rewind.
best thing about YouTube, you can just rewind. And we've also started having timestamps for all of our episode. So you can later also just go to the timestamp to listen rather, about the topic you're interested in.
Just come here too, just for a moment.
Yep.
I just want to explain.
Okay.
We've got two main news programs.
Yes.
Which is Thailand News Today with Jet, and we've got Thailand News Update with Natty.
Yes.
Which are primarily news.
Absolutely.
And they'll do like 6, 7 or 8 news items in each program. This program is a little bit of a chat program based around the main topics of the day, but it is a chit-chat show.
Chit-chat show.
Said something else. Chit-chat show. And you will get a few comments. Occasionally you'll get a bit of editorial. But it is a chit-chat show, not just straight news. If you don't want to hear the occasional opinion, if you don't want to hear what we're reading out from the people who are watching and our members, then this is probably not the best show to watch. I just thought I'd say that.
I thought I was just counting the amount of times you'd say the word chit-chat. Have you noticed that you can have a chat, but you can't have a chit?
Mac James says Lumberjack J can be so animated from time to time.
I wish I had some, what's the word?
Lumberjack hormones. I wish I had some steel
clearly I have more
chainsaws.
lumberjack hormones than you.
Mari Ackley says, thanks for the read. I know in jest I'm only trying to help and the sound is definitely top notch after all your guys' hard work.
It's all good. I always notice Nari's comments. He generally always comments about the audio, but Nari, you're a favorite of mine.
Yeah, these are really nice mics. We're happy with these. These are from Technics.
Tascam.
Tascam, I beg your pardon.
Audio Technica.
What
is Technics? You got confused between them.
I don't know. They're all microphones. They're all the same.
Okay.
But yeah, these are good and they're directional and...
Are they all the same though?
Yeah. Well, remember the ones we had in the early days?
Yeah.
I think we paid 200 baht each for them.
The 400.
They were a bit rough.
They were very rough.
We still got them in a box
You
somewhere.
had a golden one.
I had the golden microphone.
So I don't know if anyone noticed, but we had 3 microphones, but we had a, what's it called? A muffler.
I beg your pardon?
Sorry, a pop filter not really a pop filter.
muffer.
A muffer. What are they called?
Oh, was it a muffer?
Let's just go with that.
A muffle filter.
A muffle filter on top of the microphone, and
Now known forevermore as a muffer.
a muffer, and 2 of the guest ones were silver, but his was gold because he's a diva. Well, he deserved it. It's because you're a king, rather.
Well, I paid for them, so...
Fair enough.
The gold mic didn't make me sound any better. It didn't make me say anything even slightly more intellectually
Well, it's about the
interesting.
presence. It's the fact that you know it's there.
Yeah, but it was hidden under the cover.
Establish
Under the
your
muffer.
presence, and it helps the confidence. All right, I think we're going to end the show there, Tim.
Does Tim wear an eye monocle on the paid members shows?
Absolutely.
Asks Ben.
No, he doesn't.
The answer is no.
Only on Discord.
You're never going to see me with an eye monocle, no matter what.
You're going to regret saying that.
Even when I'm dead and I'm laying there in the coffin, no one's going to be putting an eye monocle on me.
No, you're going to regret saying you're never going to wear an eye monocle because it's going to happen. It's
Comment.
happening.
Variety of Thaiger programs make Thaiger a very good channel. Keep it up. Says
thank you.
Honest View. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
All right, and then we're going to end the show there. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching the show.
You turn your Vitamizer on now.
If you enjoyed...
Coffee grinder.
Jesus. If you enjoyed the episode, please click the like button. If you like Tim's shirt, please click the like button.
Just click the like button,
Click the
please.
like button. It's Lumberjack Fridays. It's a movement. We're trying to make it happen.
And we've got Thaiger Bites coming on the weekend.
That's right.
I have to go and find another shirt for that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So have a great day, and we hope you have a great weekend as well. We'll see you on Monday from Adlib Hotel. We're back here.